that's what they're doing. There's really no point in using any water on it until it threatens property. We're up at the top of a ridge here, and water is scarce, and you don't want to waste it. That's been the story in many places of this fire. We got firefighters here. You can see them, they're just sitting and watching it and waiting for it to creep up, and it's coming rather slowly, but it's not at any point yet where they want to put water on it. But it's just amazing looking down. There's so much smoke. It's incredible how much smoke there is. There are other areas back in that canyon that are on fire. They're hard to see because of all the smoke. This plume of smoke, you must be able to see it for miles. And I know people have seen it for the last 24 hours, and we're going to see it in our atmosphere for quite some time. It's just an incredible amount of smoke, and people talk about ashes the size of potato chips. We've seen that. We've seen it's like raining ashes in some places. And roads like Tuna Canyon, where we are, it's really a very narrow road. It's a single-lane road, and I do mean single-lane. I mean, there's no room for two cars. There's barely room for two cars to pass each other. You drive up this stark landscape on both sides.
May, Sally, come on out and see why we call it the Pacific.
Oh, we've got one of those in New York. We call it the Hudson. It's fabulous.
Why don't you come on up on the deck?
No, I hate heights.
Oh, it's not really high.
It's off the ground. I hate it.
Well, you two just look at that ocean.
I'm allergic to water.
Let me show you the boat downstairs.
It's a beautiful house, Ellen. Beautiful. Would you live like this? I'd kill myself.
Whenever I feel afraid, I hold my head erect and whistle a happy tune. Oh.
You see, all of this Malibu is remarkable to me. I live in New York.
Oh, I do too.
Whereabouts?
The east side.
Oh, really? I carry a picture of the East Side around in my wallet.
Okay, what did I miss?
Ellen, do you know that my entire apartment could fit into that living room? I need to ask you what a house like this is worth.
What's a place like this worth?
Well, what do you guess?
A fortune.
More. But it's comforting to know you could always sell your house and buy Battle Creek, Michigan. Oh, May, I was hoping you'd get here first today. I'm just frantic, and I'm beside myself. I have to tell somebody.
Her?
No.
Me?
No.
Your book.
Yes, well, in a way.
What do you mean, in a way?
Oh, May, you know the kind of book people will expect a person like me to have written. Well, I have not written a cookbook. I have not written a children's book. I've written a book about people. The people I've written about are coming here today.
And they don't know they're in this book.
And they don't know they're in this book. Oh, May, I was planning on telling them one at a time, not faking a luncheon and bullying them out here like this.
Oh, Ellen, that's awful.
No, here's the awful part. The book is done. It's printed. It's due for shipment. My God, I've got contracts around all over the place. But all of a sudden, the publisher is putting a stop to everything unless I get waivers signed by everyone I even based a character on.
Do you mean that it's that easy to tell who they are?
No, of course not. And the book is fiction. But suddenly, there are all these lawsuits against exactly this kind of fiction that are actually being won. And unless I get the waiver signed, the publisher is canceling everything and the book won't come out at all, you see?
Yes, I see. You've buried your friends.
No, of course not. They'll love it. At least I always assumed they'd love it.
Well, then what is the problem?
Well, John read it and had a terrible reaction. That's why I panicked. So I...
Now? I miss?
Oh, I was just admiring this house. You can always tell when a person's real rich because they have no antiques.
You will notice I am closing the door. I'm insane about keeping the doors and the windows closed. Otherwise, everything nice gets ruined by that ocean air. But is that beach not something?
Sand works as an irritant on my skin.
Am I crazy or do I smell smoke?
Oh, thank God someone else smells it. I am simply fighting for air.
Oh, it's from that fire up in the hills, but it's about a mile up the road. That's another reason I'm keeping the doors and windows closed.
Well, that's not that same fire that's been burning for over a week.
It's just that time of year out here. You know, every October, every November. Well, would you two rather go inside?
Oh, absolutely not. I'd much prefer choking to death to burning to death.
Good, because when the other two get here, we're eating outside. Ah, May, will you look at this day?
Am I the only one who's cold?
Oh, Sally, let me get your sweater. We have tons.
No, maybe it's just me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Aren't you at all cold?
No, I'm fine.
Sally, this is a perfect day.
Oh, how I envy people who have hides like cattle.
Let me get you a sweater. Anybody want anything else?
Yes, I want to know where's John and where are the kids?
They send their love.
Dear, merciful God in heaven, where do you think they are?
Where?
Well, on that endless tour of that endless house. Her husband and children weren't mentioned once. Get it?
No, 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 Sally. The boys are at college and John is working. As a matter of fact, this is his basketball right here. You know, every night when he comes home, before he even comes in, he spends 15 minutes out here shooting baskets. It's funny, I'm surprised the other two aren't here yet.
I'm not nearly as surprised as someone who's written a book and spent a year writing it and hasn't said a word about it. I mean, is it a cookbook? Is it a children's book? Is it filthy?
Oh, I just don't want to talk about it yet, that's
Oh
all.
my God, it's like the Pentagon Papers.
Can we please just drop it?
How are you going to display it in bookstores in plain brown paper wrappers?
Thank you for dropping
Oh,
it.
well, we know it's going to be genius because the last time Ellen went into hiding for a year was when she helped John write the graying of the White House. I hope you got half that Pulitzer Prize for that book.
First of all, I'm no genius. Second of all, I didn't help him write that book. You know what I did while John was writing that book? I kept the telephones off the hook and the house quiet so he could think.
John said that you did more than half of the research and all of the typing and everything.
Oh, did I leave that part out? I did. He's absolutely right.
Where is he?
I told you, working.
That marriage is over.
Over?
Finished. Through. Kaput. I bet whoever we're waiting for is her lover.
Oh.
And yes, I'll know as soon as he comes in. So when he gets here, you look at me, and I'll shake my head either yes or no if I think it's her lover.
To think Ellen, the one everyone comes to with their problems, is now suddenly the one who's got it.
Hi.
Hi. I'm so glad you two are getting to know each other. Anybody want anything?
No, I'm fine.
Do you have any aspirin?
Sally, aspirin's bad for your system.
So are headaches. I'd like some aspirin.
Did you go to the bathroom today?
Yes.
There goes that theory.
Sally, how many you want?
6.
You take 6, you don't even have a system.
Despite my looks, I am over 21. I'm only going to take 2 right now.
Is it a bad headache?
No, Ellen, it's a good headache. I feel like I'm the verge of this major anxiety attack.
Well, I have some Valium if you want.
Valium. Oh, I am so relieved you have Valium. How many do you have?
3.
Oh, perfect.
It's better living through chemistry.
I've been in the habit of taking one when I fly. Thanks for helping me break the habit.
Oh, I am going to have everything I have 2 of lifted. Who else is coming?
Oh, just 2 others. Look, I've got Bloody Marys on the way, and I've got lots of wine.
What time is it? I never drink until it's officially noon.
It's after 1 May.
Well, then double the vodka. Listen, I just totally forgot your name. Isn't that terrible? What is it?
Sally.
And it suits you. Well, usually I jump right in and say, oh, I know that. It's your last name I forgot, but life is short, and what the hell. Anyway, Sally, I don't mean to be impertinent, but is there something bothering you that you'd like to get off your chest? Or not? It's up to you.
Sally's going through a divorce.
Divorce! It most certainly is not a divorce. There has not been one word said about divorce. In fact, I haven't seen or spoken to him since that thing about the car.
What thing about the car?
I told you about the car.
No, you never told me anything about a car.
I told you about the car. That brand new silver Mercedes. When he phoned me out here to tell me that the car I had driven here from New York was his car, in his name, and he was sending me his power of attorney to sell it and send him the money. So I sold the car for $50 and sent him the money.
I assume you're not planning on getting back together with your husband.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm not even separated.
Oh, you might be more separated than you think.
Well, you can't dwell on things that are done. You can't. Just like I can't dwell on someone not liking my book. Oh, boy.
Who didn't like your book?
What?
I said, who didn't like your book?
Did I say that?
I think she just used that as an example.
Yes, I did. And a divorce is no one else's business anyway.
I am not going through a divorce.
I don't know why I said divorce.
Doesn't even speak to me, much less ask me for a divorce. If he wants a divorce, let him ask me for a divorce. Then I will never give him a divorce. That sick tramp he's living with just wants his name, that's all. He just loved the fact that I used to be as neurotic as she is, and he couldn't handle it when I got well. I'm on to her. She's just after him because of who he is.
Well, who the hell is he?
Sally was married to George Stern. You know Congressman Stern?
Is married, not was married.
Is married.
So that's who you are.
That's who she is. Actually, that's the least of who she is. Sally is this wonderfully kind, giving, funny mess. It's what she is right now.
Can I use your phone?
Well, who do you want to call?
I don't know. Him. Isn't that insane? Because you can't get through to him. He has all these codes. Ring 3 times, hang up. Ring back twice, hang up. Ring back again. This finger is 1 inch shorter than all the rest, just from dialing my husband.
I think I'll make some more Bloody Marys for the others to throw at them.
A lot of people say George Stern could be president someday. Ellen, you always could make a fabulous Bloody Mary.
Well, I tell you, the secret is horseradish. It wasn't such a puny secret.
I need my muscle relaxants. I left them in my purse. Oh, no, God!
I don't believe this. Oh, Sally.
Oh, my goodness. What did you hit?
Oh, none of your business. And I know he could be president.
Oh, God, Sally. Did you hurt yourself?
Oh, no! Ellen, it was wonderful. I loved it. Oh, God, I hate this day.
Sally, precious, let me run inside and get your purse with the relaxants. I'll be right back. In a jiff.
Suddenly, why could no one see at the door? Where did you hit?
It's fine. I always thought it should be bigger anyway.
This has never happened. Never. Not once to anyone before today. Where did you hit?
Is there a lump?
Let me see. Yes.
Oh, where?
Right there.
I've always had that lump. I got it when I rode my tricycle down the front steps.
Your tricycle when?
When? Yesterday.
When?
Oh, I hate looking at my legs anyway. Why do the knees always go first? Is there another lump? I'm gonna look like my ass is on my knee.
No. Look, let me get you some ice.
No, Ellen, look. I just want to know one thing. Knowing me as well as you do, knowing that I am in a very sensitive, vulnerable place right now, why did you invite me here on the same day as that horrifying woman?
She's a wonderful woman, and she's going to hear you.
Oh, she doesn't hear anyone but herself. Who is she?
Well, you remember when I had my apartment in New York those 2 years? Well, she and her son and her husband had the apartment next door. Sally, they were like my family. You really should try looking beneath the surface.
I have. And I hate her. Did her son turn out to be a fag? He's gotta be a fag.
No.
Is he married?
No.
How old is he?
I don't know. 30, 35.
Fag. I bet his name is Sean. I find most fags I meet are named Sean.
I don't think you realize exactly who her son is. Stuart Rizian.
Stuart Rizian? Not the famous conductor, Stuart. He must have been adopted.
As a matter of fact, he looks exactly like her.
Oh, probably uses her makeup. That woman is as horrifying as he is brilliant. They're not close.
Well, it depends on what you mean by not close.
Does he even speak to her?
No.
That's what I mean by not close.
But they will. It's just a temporary misunderstanding they had over a TV talk show she was on. That's all. It'll pass.
Oh my God. The mothers of famous people? Oh, I saw that show. I saw that show.
Ellen, is it open?
Sally, not a word. Not a single word.
I feel like Patty Duke in The Miracle Worker. Ellen, sweetheart, did it ever occur to you to just leave that thing open when company comes? So this place doesn't end up looking like forest lawn?
I will. If first you tell me you prefer everything inside either smoked, moist, rotting, or all three.
Look, are we ever going to eat? Or are we just going to stand around here looking like Huey, Dewey, and Louie?
Look, if Arnold and Florrie aren't here in a few minutes, we'll go ahead and start. We'll just go ahead and start.
I hope that's Florrie Cutler you're talking about.
That's right. You know her. You know she's never late.
Who is Florrie Cutler?
Oh, she's married to a movie star.
Brad Cutler.
Oh, I've got to practice not looking impressed. I love him.
Well, you can have him. Everybody else has. He's gone to bed with every woman in this country, except me. And I can't speak for the two of you.
That is all in the past, not since she and the kids travel everywhere with him. Oh, and she's bringing the most wonderful man with her today, Arnold Weller, whom I adore.
Was he ever a press agent?
That's right, you know him.
Oh, yes, he's adorable. And you'll like Florrie. She's very real. Then again, maybe you won't.
I had Florrie pick Arnold up at his hotel.
Ellen, are there any cigarettes in the house?
Oh, I hope no one's going to smoke, because I am allergic to smoke.
Sally, we're outdoors.
I'm allergic outdoors, the same as I am indoors.
Huh.
Oh, does this take me back? Sally's been off cigarettes for what, a little over a year, isn't it? I haven't had one in over 10 years. I hardly ever think about it. Sorry, May.
I happen to have a very sensitive constitution. That's why I wear my hair off my face now, if you noticed. I found out I'm allergic to my hair. Well, since I noticed that Ellen gives a resume of all her guests before they arrive, I'm sure she's told you about my breakdown.
May arrived here literally 1 second before you did.
Which is probably the only reason she hasn't heard.
No, I was saving it for when you leave.
Oh, honey, I would have been on a plane to New York if it hadn't been for Ellen's sudden lunch. You got anything to tide us over?
Oh, sure. Let me grab something.
The fact is that I was fine until I got on the Garden State Parkway. I got to that first toll booth, and for reasons that to this day I don't understand, I got out of my car and I started picking up the change that people drop that misses the baskets. I just know that none of it would have ever made the papers if I hadn't have taken off all my clothes.
I imagine it was that more than the change.
That trip across the country was the most horrible time of my life. I was arrested in almost every major city.
Oh, well, people in the Midwest just do not understand New Yorkers.
Here you go, a little something to tide you over.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest girl here of all? Ellen who?
Sally. They're here, finally, thank God.
Here comes her lover.
Oh, Ellen, let me. I can't wait to see the look on Florrie's face when she sees me.
Oh, go ahead, she'll be thrilled.
Well, I'm just gonna put some vodka in this glass.
You're not.
Oh, yes,
No,
I am.
absolutely
Oh, yes,
not.
I am. If you don't mind, you take care of your guests.
There's not an inch of hurt, there's nothing.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't believe this. What am I supposed to do?
I opened the front door and they didn't even stop.
Oh, why did you close that door?
I didn't close the door. I just didn't open it yet.
Oh, the miracle is that we're alive. We are not just impressed forever on that glass. What is funny?
Did you see what I did when I fell? I grabbed at my skirt so nobody could see up my dress. Well, like who's gonna look?
I looked, and I cannot remember anything ever exciting me more.
Ellen, you really should let everyone know the kind of glass cleaner you use. It's remarkable.
Is everybody well is all I want to know.
How swollen is it? It's swollen, isn't it?
That man is not her lover.
No, Arnold, it's not swollen. You should walk on it, though. And you know, they say the worst thing you can do for a bad leg is to complain.
I haven't had a good laugh since I left New York. I haven't had a good anything since I left New York. I say when the world comes to an end, California will still have 1 year to go. May!
Who the hell do you think let you in?
Oh, I thought at the door you were the maid. Oh, jeez. Well, imagine actually seeing somebody you know at Ellen's house.
Oh, Ellen's just one of those people who likes to keep her friends separate. It's her nature. And I know this one, too.
Oh, what terrible thing did I do? Was it something disgusting? Should I be ashamed?
No, you represented my son Stuart way back, years ago.
Oh, my God, Stuart Rizian! Look, I'm sweating all over! Don't do that to people!
By the way, you got very good legs.
I'm married!
May, you have been on my mind. I swear, oh, this is so peculiar. Oh, try not to look too close. I had 1 day's notice to get 5 kids stashed somewhere and then rush out here for Ellen's emergency lunch. Oh, Ellen, I am so impressed you wrote a book.
Yes, I did.
And?
And what?
Is it a touchy subject?
No, it's not a touchy subject.
Ellen, tell us about the book.
I will. My plan is to get you drunk, feed you a lot, and send you each home with a copy.
She won't talk about the book.
No, I just don't want to talk about it yet, that's all. First, Florrie, I want to talk about you. Is your husband's movie finished yet?
God, no. Now there's another one after this. Don't ask. Meg, you hate it here? Somebody must have tipped this country on its end, and everything that wasn't screwed down fell into California.
Arnold, I forgot to ask, how's the play going? Arnold's wife is maybe the best playwright in the whole world.
Betty Pearlman?
Well, at least the most famous. So, how's it going?
Disaster.
Oh, no. Well, at least Betty's lucky. She has you around.
How am I around? I should be at the matinee right now. She forced me out here, she did. You don't have an x-ray machine around here, do you?
No, but I have something better. Look, I know I forced you all out here today, but right after we eat, I'll explain why.
Hi, I'm Florrie Cutler. It's nice to meet you.
I'm little insignificant Sally Stern.
Oh, Sally, I'm sorry. And this is Arnold Weller, too. I'm just not in charge today.
You're not closing that door again, are you?
Arnold, everyone's learned where it is and how it works, so it cannot possibly be a problem.
Ellen, if you don't mind the suggestion, you put those little decals on the door. Little fishes and mermaids and things.
A skull and crossbones would be more appropriate.
Is that smoke?
I can even taste it.
Oh, don't worry. When the smoke gets too thick, an oxygen mask will drop down.
Ellen, I'm desperate to hear about your book.
Oh, and I'm desperate to tell you. So, how was your drive out here? Other than long.
Well, your wiseacre friend there beat me $10 at backgammon.
Oh, no, there's a sensible thing to do while you're driving.
No. We dropped my husband, the movie star, off at the studio, so we got my husband, the movie star chauffeur, who's gonna pick us up, too. If he can. You should see up the road.
Lori, don't you ever stick around the studio and just watch?
No. May, you want to have a happy life. You never go any place where you don't have credentials. May. see, May can't connect me with chauffeurs. She connects me with my old beauty shop, where I was a hairdresser 12 years. What happened, you wonder?
Ellen, may I use your phone, or do they have them this far out?
Of course, Arnold. It's right here. But look, if you want some privacy...
Oh, no. Doesn't that ocean sound drive you crazy? I could never sleep to that. I'd have to pretend it was the traffic.
Look, I understand that in New York, they have these little machines that make the sound of the ocean just to put you to sleep.
Ah, but that's the Atlantic.
How about a little drink before my fantastic surprise lunch?
Nothing for me, thanks.
I'd love one.
No thanks.
Why not?
Your friend there and I would have been here on time, but halfway up the coast, you should see. There is nothing but cars backed up as far as you can look. The enormous mountain right down your street is moving, the policeman said, right across the highway.
Oh, is that happening again?
Again? The mountain's collapsing, and she says, oh, is that happening again? Ellen, it's moved more than halfway across the highway, like it's going to Muhammad. They had to back up all the cars and turn them around, and we had to go back and around these terrifying hairpin turns, and then so high up I couldn't look out the window, and then down like this. Oh, I was so glad your friend there plays backgammon.
Ellen, how are we ever going to get home? I hate to be stuck in this godforsaken place.
Ooh, and I'd hate to have you stuck in this godforsaken place. Don't worry, they usually clear it in no time at all.
I think I'll have a touch more tonic.
Sally.
Ellen,
Can you believe that there was no one at the switchboard at the Beverly Hills Hotel? My God, it's like being in Singapore or someplace.
We go at a slower pace here in California.
Is there an Understatement of the Year award? Oh, I forgot. We saw John in the hotel last night.
Oh, did you speak to him?
No.
Good.
Why is that good?
I mean, good that you saw him, I'll tell him.
Where is he today?
Who?
John.
Working.
At the Beverly Hills Hotel?
More? More for anyone?
is he going to smoke?
Yes, he is. It conditions his lungs for the smog.
Oh, give me a drag.
Hey, what is this, the boys' room? Anyway, he was getting on an elevator. Oh, hey, that's my last cigarette. What was he doing there? Hello? Is this the Beverly Hills Hotel? Well, I was certain I had dialed an incorrect number because you took so long to answer. Yes, well, everyone in this world is busy. That's the reason some hotels maintain staffs. What? Unbelievable. She just told me to hold on.
Do they have that terrible radio music playing?
No.
Well, then don't complain. So, May, what the hell is going on around here? She drags me out here because she's finished this book. I get out here and she doesn't say word one about the book.
I'm married to a writer? That means something is up. Look how she can do that.
What? What's the look? I do it to keep busy. I can't stand quiet and I can't stand nothing to do. I'm from New York. I take this to the bathroom. May, what is the big secret?
I have nothing to say.
Maybe the book stinks. No. I was not talking to you. No, I doubt that there is any reason to be connected to the message desk, judging by the way you run your switchboard. All I want is for someone there to instruct the maid that my wife left a note for her this morning. Oh, this is Betty Perlman's husband, Mr. Weller, in room 203. And my wife left a note this morning to the maid on exactly how we want the bed to be made. We cannot sleep unless the sheets are done in a certain very specific way. Did the maid, please let me finish. Did the maid see the note? Oh, well then who does know? Yes. Please have the floor maid look for it because neither of us speak Spanish. And there's a large diagram with the note. Now, if my wife calls, I'm at 456-6921. And would you have the maid save the diagram, please? We travel with it. Thank you.
Everything's finally coming, and it's wonderful. Now, don't look, Arnold.
I just got a glimpse and I'm speechless.
Keep kvetching. You will be when they remove your voice box.
I must say, I am very impressed with myself.
Let me help.
No one help and no one look.
I'm gonna be real glad to be home tomorrow.
May, I thought you liked it here.
Oh, I do.
You like the weather,
Crazy about the weather.
and you like the people,
I love the people.
and you have friends here.
I know.
So why are you going back?
The ocean's on the wrong side.
You've missed your calling. You should be on TV.
Oh, she has been on TV.
Sally.
Ellen.
Did everybody here see that show?
I don't want to discuss it, May, but don't ever do another one.
Is there one person in the world who did not see that television show? I don't even know what I said that night because I was so nervous that that host was going to ask me, is my son a homosexual?
Why?
Because everybody thinks musician, not married, over 30, homosexual. And he's not.
How do you know he's not?
Because I asked him.
Maybe he just said no, not to disappoint you.
Listen, when I asked him, actually, in some way I was counting on that he was. And I was all prepared to be real understanding and say things like, it's not who you love, it's that you love. And crap like that.
But the host never even asked.
I know, he didn't ask, and he didn't ask, so finally at the end I just blurted out, and for anybody's information, he is not a homosexual. Ooh.
I nearly died.
I wet my pants! But that show is the whole reason I came out here for a few months so that everybody would forget it. Well, that's not the exact truth. I mean, it's not all my son. You see, living next door to me in New York is the sweetest, most wonderful, kind man I have ever known. And I've always had very good luck with the people who live next door to me.
Oh, May.
Anyway, a couple of months after my husband's funeral, he up and asked me to marry him. I couldn't get over it.
Well, what's his name?
Mort. It'd be Mort and May.
Sounds like a comedy team.
Is he Jewish?
He's a Christian Scientist.
Oh, so he was Jewish.
Anyway, I had to say no. It's much too soon. I'll tell you frankly, though, I really thought about marrying that Christian Scientist. Hell, I even cleared out my medicine cabinet.
Oh, May, sometimes I know exactly what John meant when he said you were unmistakable in my book. Oh, boy.
Should I go out and come in again?
Well, you know, when you write, you base some things on specific people.
Oh, hold the phone, Ellen. Hold the phone. Am I in this new book?
No, of course not. I mean, not actually. I mean, no more than Arnold or Florrie or Sally.
I beg your pardon.
Florrie. I mean, the book is fiction, but naturally I use my friends to base my characters on.
Well, you told me that they were in it, but you never told me that I was in it.
I never told you weren't in it.
Oh, God, I hope I'm going deaf.
Screw this lunch. Where's that book?
How do you know when you're having a heart attack?
What did you say about me?
Come on, I'm sorry I slipped and brought it up, okay?
Why in hell would anybody put me in a book?
Did you force us out here to warn us that someone we used to like very much had suddenly turned on us?
Well, I certainly didn't want you to wander into a bookstore and discover it there.
What does that mean? What does that mean, what you just said?
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Please, can we just drop it?
Let's please not.
Could I have my copy now?
May, when you finish it,
You'll be found dead on the floor.
Please. For now, let's just eat. Let's not even think about it.
That's like telling you not to think of an elephant.
Could we read it first and eat this condemned man's hearty meal later?
Just a minute. Just a minute. I mean, is there anybody here who really, honestly doesn't trust me and wants to read it now? Good, that's settled. Okay, everybody, we're just beachy here, so you can just sit anywhere you want. Arnold there, May there, Florrie there, and Sally there.
Get up. Get up. Get up.
I thought we could sit anywhere we wanted. Beachy.
You can. You sit right there, Arnold. Now, I wanted this all to be a very special treat. You've all been away from your New York for so long, I thought I'd remedy that.
First, may I ask one question about this book?
No. So, I had all this food flown in from New York.
She had it flown in. Can you imagine what must be in that book?
I went down to the airport and I picked it up this morning.
I would like to know who in the hell here can eat it.
Well, everybody can eat it. Everybody better eat it. Oh, well, you see, there's a Goldberg's pizza. I wanted it all to be really a treat.
Treat's not the word. Bribe is the word.
Will you at least tell us the title?
No, Arnold, we're eating.
What, is the title repellent?
May. There's corned beef from the Carnegie Delicatessen, and there's sturgeon from Barney Greengrass.
Who cares? What I care about is why you never mentioned all of this until this book is practically out.
Why do you think? Because we'll be so happy?
This is all so stupid, because I know you're gonna love it.
Oh my God, I'm in an expose!
Well, let's all just eat, since she's positive we're gonna love it.
Oh, May, there's Nova Scotia from Murray.
Feh, I don't care about Murray's. What I care about is what is the worst thing I do in your book.
Ask questions. Oh, and everything else is from Zabar's.
May I ask one small question about the book?
No.
Would you please ask if this is one of those tell-all books?
Those books are sickening.
Have you read any of them?
Every one.
Arnold, how funny that you should be this worried. Because to look at you, there seems to be so little to tell. I didn't mean that cruelly.
Oh, did you mean it kindly?
Ellen, speaking of cruelly, tell me you didn't put anything in this book about that television show.
First of all, if the book is about anyone, it's about me.
What? Wait a minute.
No, Arnold, no, I am not responding to one more question.
Wait a minute. Did I see that show?
God, Ellen, with your book and that television show, I would have gotten less attention taking off my clothes on the Garden State Parkway.
How dare you mock me?
I only meant we all have our problems.
Well, I was insane last year.
Well, thank God you're well now. Now I can't eat. Well, I'll eat, I just won't enjoy it.
Why is no one else eating this perfect luncheon and no one else is eating?
It was all
Because
those mothers
our
of those
stomachs
famous
are
people.
in
I
knots.
just didn't see the
You
end.
cannot tell people they're in your book and then expect them to eat a fun lunch.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I saw that mother show.
And I wasn't going to say anything, but I read about your striptease.
What striptease?
I am not here to discuss my private life with strangers.
Sally's going through a divorce.
I am not going through a divorce.
I don't know why I keep saying divorce.
You have me
Only
taking
remember
off all
what I
my clothes
told
in your
her.
smarmy book.
No, I don't. Why is it all you people assume that my book is mean and terrible?
Because we've all been playing with the big kids for a long time now.
Oh my God, it was an emotional upheaval. Don't you understand? It was an emotional upheaval.
I think she's having one right now.
Well, don't tell me. Tell Congressman Stern.
I worship George Stern.
Was he your husband?
Is my husband, not was my husband. Despite whatever Ellen might have told you secretly before you got here.
I don't talk about my friends.
She just writes about them.
Do you realize that every person here is related to somebody very, very famous? My wife, your son, your husband. Sally, what was your reaction to the announcement they were expecting the baby?
Actually, I was planning on giving you the book as you were on your way home, but why wait? We can read and eat, can't we? Yes, so here it is, the book. It's due out next week, so you have the very first copies. Now the publisher has this silly paranoia about lawsuits, so he's asked me to get you signed these silly waivers or the book won't come out at all. I tried to explain to him that everybody's a composite, that
When was that?
This morning, the story was all over the news that they were expecting a baby, and this afternoon he confirmed it. Do you mean I'm telling you this for the first time?
I think you're telling all of us for the first time.
Well, he's dead in politics.
Oh, please, please, in New York, that'll get him another 100,000 votes.
Oh, Sally, I knew when you got here today you didn't know. I should have told you. I'm sorry.
She got him. She got him with the oldest trick in the world. Give me one of those cigarettes.
Me too.
What the hell? Yeah, I want one too.
I told you that was my last one. Really?
Well, having had nothing but tonic water all afternoon, I don't think anybody would begrudge me a drink.
Sally.
Ellen.
Attention, attention, all residents of Malibu. A brush fire is extending into the hills of the Malibu residential area. Repeat, a brush fire is extending into the hills of the Malibu residential area. All movement in this area is henceforth restricted. Please obey the directions of the firemen patrolling the beach areas. Remain in your homes, but stand by for possible evacuation. Do not panic and remain in your homes, but stand by for possible evacuation.
Oh, don't worry. It's in the hills.
Ellen, the hills are right across the street.
Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen.
It's already happening.
Oh, don't panic. This always happens.
This always happens.
Just try and stay outside until it's over, that's all.
I don't need to try. Nothing would get me in there.
Sally, where you go?
I'm going to take a little walk on the beach.
Do you think you should? Sally, why don't you hold off for a while? God, I don't know what to do for her. Should I go with her?
Oh, we'll watch her. What can happen on the beach?
Poor soul, let her go.
Oh, she makes me so crazy. Wouldn't you want to know? If it were me, I'd certainly want to know.
Arnold, if Betty left you, you wouldn't be able to walk on the beach.
Please. I never pick up a newspaper. I don't expect to read that exact tabloid news about my husband. Well, you think I go with him everywhere because it's so much fun? Grow up.
Arnold, I don't know you real well, but you just did a real bad thing.
What is this real well, real bad, real everything? Whatever happened to the word vary? No, I don't know why I said it. It's just this whole terrible thing we're going through right now with the show and now this book. I'll just go and try to explain. I'll just go and try to explain. Oh my God! Oh my God!
What?
What's going
Two
on?
firemen are dragging her from the ocean!
Oh,
Arnold, Arnold, I'll get her. You stay here. May, Glory, come with me.
you come with me, man. You're good at this.
Arnold, find some place for her to lie down.
Arnold, shut up! And find some place for her to lie down. And have something warm for her to drink. And I don't mean brandy.
Attention, attention, all residents of Malibu. A brush fire is extending into the hills of the Malibu residential area.
Yeah, you called us already. Go bother somebody else.
Fire is extending into the hills of the Malibu residential area.
That's 4 times.
All movement in this area is henceforth restricted.
Don't worry, I'm restricting my
Obey
movements.
the directions of the firemen patrolling the beach area.
I always obey firemen.
In your
My mother told me to
stand by
follow
for
directions.
possible evacuation. Do not panic and remain in your homes, but stand by for possible evacuation.
I'm standing by. Now get out of here. Oh, God. Oh, it's hot. Ooh. What are you, a critic?
That's fine. We've got her. Thank you very much.
That's Congressman Stern's wife, so all of Washington's going to be real grateful.
Thanks very much. Very much. He does. And rest and relax.
How is she? Is she all right?
She's fine, she just threw up.
Throw up again!
Claro, is that coffee hot?
Yes.
Well, take some up to her. Get a cup from the kitchen. Oh, God. This is definitely not the time. Definitely not the time. May, Florrie, come down and take those wet clothes off. I'll get you some robes.
Oh my God, you think she's gonna be all right?
Oh, she'll be fine, she just needs to rest.
I think Helen was firing with it, that's all I have to say. I don't think it's drip dry.
Attention, all residents of Malibu. Water pressure alert, phase 1, is now in effect. Firemen on the beach, checking water supply and pressure. Use no water further north. Repeat, use no water further
Oh, sorry for so long. Oh, there you go.
Ellen, if that guy in the helicopter asks for our phone number, give it to him.
I don't think she needs a doctor. Does anybody else?
Well, you ask me, she needs a whole hospital. Did you see all the reporters covering the fire?
Yes, thanks to our friend here, it could now get in the papers.
Well, I thought that he'd be more careful if she was somebody.
Oh, I feel so sorry for her.
Ellen, with the mountain and the fire and all, how will John ever get back?
John's not coming back, May. John moved out. I thought you figured that out already.
When? When did that happen?
Just happened.
Over what?
Oh, he misunderstood. Said he felt shocked, hurt, and devastated.
Sweetheart, you can count on us to help.
Thanks, but I don't think there's anything you can do to help, May. He just read it wrong.
What? Your book? He walked out over your book?
Yes, and he's the one who said he wouldn't read it till it came out.
What did you do to John in your book?
I didn't do anything to John in my book. Just hope and pray he's off understanding that.
Ellen, where did you put the books?
Florrie, I just don't think this is the right atmosphere for it.
Oh, yeah. This atmosphere is just fine. Fine. With everybody today writing these assassination books about their so-called friends and family, to the point some of them even move out. We will all feel much better, I'm sure, after we read the book.
Do you honestly think now is the right time?
Yeah. In fact, it's past time.
It's the perfect time.
Fine. Fine. Go ahead and read it. I wanted to explain some things. A few things, but fine. I'm sure you'll enjoy it very much.
Well, she's either asleep or she just passed out. What are you doing?
They're reading my book.
Oh, did you get to me yet?
First line. She gets to all of us.
What's the first line?
My mother always told me to stick with the winners, but if I had, I never would have met my 4 friends.
Oh, boy.
Ben. fair.
Please.
There you are, it's just me. John and I have this habit of ringing the doorbell 3 times just to let each other know we're home, and now that habit is so ingrained, Oh, say, if you want to know about Peculiar, you should have come up with me to the checkpoint. Nothing, not a single car, there's... Just keep talking, Ellen. Sure someone will answer you. Be too sure. Oh, you're going to want to know the good news about the fire. It's worse, but it's contained, which means that they... Lori, can I get you anything?
A gun.
Oh, okay, okay. No more talking. Oh, but you're going to want to know about the road. The policeman said the other side is just about open, and the trucks have almost...
Forgive me for interrupting. May I ask one question?
Absolutely. As long as it's not about the book, not until everyone finishes.
No, I wanted to ask about the highway being open. I never ever want to discuss the book, but I would like to get out of here as fast as I can.
Well, I hope at some point we can discuss the book. But he said the other side of the road is just about open, and even though they can't get through on the phones, it's all over the radio, so the kids will know you're okay. It's just something you learn to live with here in California.
Is that right? Well, thank you so much for educating me. And please, let me know the second the traffic is moving. The very second.
Florrie, how much of it have you got left?
I don't know, about 3 chapters. But I can give you my review right now.
I just ask you not to form an opinion till everyone's finished.
I can give you my opinion in 1 word.
I bet the word is swell.
Oh.
I'm most crazy about page 30. Lionel could be sweet. Lionel could be kind. Lionel could be generous. He could be, but he wasn't.
Everything I tried to prevent from happening is happening.
It was a posh and elegant dinner party. Lionel's wife was working and couldn't attend. Suddenly, Lionel noticed his wife had become the topic of conversation, and he was about to chime in when a guest said, "Whatever happened to that silly nobody she was married to?" "I'm right here," Lionel said. There was a tense and embarrassing pause, and the guest said, "Oh, well, whatever happened to you?" See, the impressions we never know we make until someone tells us.
Oh, now, Lionel. I mean, Arnold. You're thinking I've hurt you. And I'm hearing that and thinking I haven't hurt him. And now you're thinking, oh, she's trying to get out of it. And now I'm thinking, oh my God, now he thinks I'm trying to get out of it. So let's just say right out loud what we're both thinking.
You just did.
No.
You want to hear my fave?
No.
Let's see. Oh, right here. When his wife worked, it was as though Lionel didn't exist. Over breakfast one of those mornings, suddenly Lionel looked over at her and said, "Did I hurt you last night making love?" "Why would you say a thing like that?" she responded. "Because you moved," he said. I've always said, if you want to dish it out, you have to take it. And I can take it.
And I can dish it out, huh? Oh, Arnold, the book is filled with old stories, old lines, jokes, but they're used to make a whole new point. I mean, the characters all seem to be one thing, but I make it perfectly clear they're not.
Well, now that I know what I seem to be, let me go find out what I am. Yeah.
Goofy upstairs finished everything. She's up there in your bed reading and crying. Oh, Ellen, honey, did I love your book, but I have no idea who I am.
You love the book?
It's wonderful. Now, who am I?
Did you finish it?
Yes, who am I?
Oh, May, I'm so glad you liked the book.
Honey, I love the book, but would you please explain to me why John didn't read any of this when you were writing it?
He said that if he did, people would say he helped me write it.
Oh, believe me, no one is ever going to say he helped you write this.
Oh, May, John is not the husband of the book. No, it was never my intention to make him the husband of the book.
I think the road to hell is paved with those very intentions. I never intended to get involved with the Christian Scientist next door. In fact, he was very involved with another lady. All I remember him telling me about her was that she was a Christian Scientist too, and that she was very, very short. Now, I don't know why I remembered those two things, but I did. Well, anyway, one night I had this dream. I dreamed I was at this raucous party in a Christian Science reading room, and there he was, sitting on the couch with this lady. Well, my heart stopped. I got so upset that she'd see us smile or look at each other and misunderstand it or something that I didn't know what to do. So I just stood there frozen. And then they both got up. And I saw that she only came up to his knees. That woman was short as a duck. And then I saw that she had no legs. Just this little bitty body with the 2 feet attached. And I said to myself, well, he'll never leave her. She hasn't got a leg to stand on. And the next day I told him my dream, and I thought that man would just fall apart. And the next thing I knew, we were out together every night until it started to get serious, and I started to get guilty. I mean, it's not that long I've been alone.
Oh, May, haven't you figured out yet that your husband will be the first person to want you to be married again?
You know what I did just figure out? People like us make things too damn complicated. Don't have the brains I was born with. I'm going back to New York, and I'm going to marry that Christian Scientist as fast as I can. I'll just pray God he doesn't have something desperately wrong with him that he won't admit to and drops dead before I get there.
Oh, May, grab it fast. It's working again.
Hello?
It's not John, is it?
I'm sorry, I can't understand the thing you're saying. Sally, it's Arnold's wife, so hang up. Hang up, okay, honey? Arnold, it's your wife.
Hello? Oh, thank God it's you.
Nutsy upstairs kept talking the same time she was. Oh, honey, I'm sorry it wasn't John, too.
May, I think the only way I'll ever see John again is if he comes by to pick up his basketball. I don't think he'll ever talk to me again.
After today, he may have to stand in line not to talk to you.
You'll have to talk louder, honey. I can't hear.
Arnold, I would like to call my family and tell them that everything is fine. It will be the first lie I've ever told them. No, the second. I told them I was visiting a friend today.
Hold on 1 second, will you, darling? Lori, if you've got something mean to say about someone, go write a book.
I would appreciate it if you let me know if you ever hang up.
Rory, can I get you something to eat?
Go on, honey, go on. It's like being with the Bickersons around here.
No one's eaten. People tend to get upset when they're hungry. Or when someone writes a book about them.
Well, yes, of course. From what you say, we've been stabbed in the back by our own director. And he was our ace in the hole. No. I said ace in the hole, but yours is more accurate.
Well, it may no longer be a surprise, but it's still fantastic.
What? You want my news after that? Oh, please. My news is I've read Ellen's book, I've been caught in a landslide, I've been caught in a fire, I've witnessed a suicide attempt, and which do you think was worse? How did you know? Betty says hello. What? No, it's the same suicide. It's all over the news about Sally's suicide attempt. Oh, no, I was just talking to the ladies. Oh, God, no, be glad you're not here. Now, I didn't mean that nastily. You know, we're all having a wonderful time. Is there another phone I can talk on?
There is if you want to walk home.
Ellen?
In the kitchen.
Oh, yes, of course. Hold on 1 second, honey. I'm going to take this in the kitchen. This is urgent. She's been frantic.
And when you want to see frantic, you stay on that phone.
I won't be 30 seconds.
I know you won't. My kids are at their grandmother's, who for 18 years has lived out here at the same number. I still don't know what it is.
Hang up that other phone, will you, please? Thank you. Florrie, I get another 30 seconds because I couldn't even hear.
It's on the TV about Cuckoo Nunu upstairs.
What? My God.
Good fortune. Firemen on hand to battle a blaze were able to make a rescue in a near suicide attempt.
Oh,
Sally Stern, wife of Congressman George Stern, was rescued from near drowning this afternoon off the shores of Malibu. Sources close to Mrs. Stern report that she'd been despondent over the news of her husband's extramarital
Happy
pregnancy. Mrs. Stern reported that she had been despondent over the news of her husband's extramarital pregnancy. We spoke to the diligence of the Malibu Fire Department, who saved the day.
Oh,
Well, at least you weren't mentioned.
yeah, well, we know who didn't write that report.
Flora, you're just furious with me. And if you're wondering if I'm getting it, yes.
Does anybody mind if I brush out here? I'm feeling too nervous to sit in the tinderbox with the fire.
No, of
Thank you
course
very
not.
much.
Mine's dry too, I think.
I'll comb you out. Has she let it drop yet when this book is coming out?
I just know if you had taken the book home and read it in a non-chaotic, quiet atmosphere the way I had it planned, whatever's going on with you would not be going on. Next week.
May I ask a question?
As long as it's not about the book, nothing about the book till everyone finishes.
Don't wait for me to finish.
It's not about the book. It's about the title. Why the supporting cast?
Well, because everyone in the book is related to somebody famous. I mean, that's the subject of the book. Well, you got that, didn't you, Florrie?
Yes, Helen. Keep your seat. I did finish high school.
I mean, to you, is this a title that sells?
So we'll ask her why she didn't call it The Losers.
Because they're not. I mean, in fact, they're the very reason the successful people are successful.
In at least one case, however, they're not the reason.
Well, I still have no idea who I am.
I keep telling you, May, no one's anyone, everyone's a composite.
Oh, come on. Do you mean to say that Lionel in that book is not your friend Arnold in there?
This is exactly what I don't want. When everyone finishes, then we'll talk.
Well, the only composite Cleo is it's a composite of everything you say and do.
I hate Cleo. So must the person who wrote her.
Cleo is my favorite character.
She's dumb.
She's innocent.
Yeah, well, anybody that innocent is dumb.
Oh, Florrie. She lives for her family. I mean, holding that family together and making it work is what she is and what she does.
Ouch! Well, who the hell am I?
Oh, I keep telling you no one's anyone.
I don't know who you are either, Mayor, I tell you. I do know that you're much too likable and intelligent to be Cleo.
Florrie, did you do something with this phone?
I didn't have a chance. Some selfish man was hogging it.
It's probably out of order again, Florrie.
Ellen, you kidding? Oh, I wondered what it was. You mean when a person doesn't hear anybody on the other end, the phone is out of order. Thanks for explaining it to me. May, sit.
Our director has ruined us. He's done everything the exact opposite of what he promised. And why? Who can guess? Try and guess!
He's having a nervous breakdown.
Worse, he's having an affair.
With who?
I'm not supposed to say.
With Betty?
Our star.
Betty is having an affair with your star?
No, I'm having an affair with our star. Betty's having an affair with 4 stagehands. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, Arnold, clearly something has happened to our brains.
I take that as a compliment.
I just want to get out of here. We're like hostages.
Oh, Arnold, you're gonna get so upset.
I'm already upset. From now on, my wife says either I produce or she doesn't write. I mean, really, I've never produced.
Oh, Arnold, haven't you figured out that no one knows anything? We're all faking it.
I don't even know if I'm the producer type.
Arnold, you know how you become a producer. You say, I am a producer.
All right, if you want to know the truth, under the truth, honestly, I'm too afraid I will fail and fall apart.
I don't believe what I'm hearing.
I'm much better behind the scenes.
That's Lionel, right from the book.
Coffee. May, would you like some coffee?
How the hell you ever got to be this terrific Lionel is beyond me.
I find it very accurate. And I find yours very accurate, too. Bleh!
What Arnold just said is right out of Ellen's book.
You haven't eaten, May. Here, eat.
It's just identical to what you're talking about. Just identical. You'll see when you get to the next to the last chapter where Lionel gets to take over, fails all over the place, starts sobbing in front of everyone, and has to be taken away by his wife in a cab. You two should have taken Evelyn Wood.
Let me see that.
Oh no, now this is bad timing now. Oh Arnold, I hope you don't misread that. I mean, it's not like that was Arnold. I mean, it's not like that ever even happened. I imagined that. It's just that, well, you're the only friends I have who are married to famous people, and oh, you know what this is like? This is like photographs. You know how people love those silly, dull, flattering pictures of themselves that, look nothing like them? But the pictures with the hair all mussed up, or the no makeup, or the goofy expression, the one that you hate at first, well, those are the ones that you ultimately come to treasure. You do. I mean, the silly, exaggerated ones. You do. Ultimately. See, this is why I wanted you to take the book home, so I could explain a few...
This is cruel. This is beyond cruel. I have never been cruel to you, you bitch!
Oh! Arnold! Stop it! Please, everyone, stop it! Was that you? I mean, did I write exactly you?
That you would imagine that of me, a putz, so sniveling and small, to see me so childish.
It's just that May related what you just said to what's in the book. It's life imitating art.
Art? Art? Did you hear her call this caca art?
I don't know why I called it art.
Pornography! Pornography, you should have said!
Arnold, it's not you, so just shut up.
You shut up. What happens to Cleo? Do we find out that the reason she's so dumb is because she's had a lobotomy?
Cleo is wonderful.
Cleo is a retard.
I hope your house does burn down with you in it!
It's very hard to see the picture when you're standing inside the frame.
Oh, cut the crap. Wait till my husband reads this. Oh, brother, is he gonna love me in this? Did he pay you to write it? You have me so stupid in your book. People are probably gonna come up to me on the street and say, okay, real fast, spell mom backwards.
Ellen, I can see that you've got your hands full. But I'm not Kitty. You're Kitty, right?
There is much of me in Kitty, yes.
Well, the only other woman in the book is Dee Dee.
Dee Dee is Sally.
Aha!
I mean, Dee Dee is just very vaguely based on Sally. In fact, Dee Dee isn't Sally at all.
Except where she jumps naked to the fountain at Lincoln Center!
Well, who else is there? If you invited me here, I must be in there, right?
May, who is the sweetest, kindest, most dear character in the book?
We know who it isn't.
Well, the one I like the most is the writer's father. I'm the writer's father?
It's a composite.
Do I seem butch to people?
Oh, please. Everyone, please. You are my best friends.
Your friends? Your friends. How stupid do you think I am?
Did that bitch say friends? Do you know what you have done? You have ruined my life!
Arnold, I love you very much. And I love Lionel in the book very much too. Ultimately, this is a very positive book.
Oh, positive my tuchus!
If this rotten thing is positive, then I'm not only stupid, I'm begging to be committed. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I marked it. Because I may be stupid, but I'm smart enough to afford a good lawyer.
Flora, you're the one who's being cruel. I wrote you because I love you.
Who could doubt it? Listen to this. So many people referred to her as Poor Cleo that many people came to believe Poor was actually her first name. Thanks for letting me know.
I made that up. I made most of it up. That's what a writer does.
Cleo was newly married and decided to surprise her husband with a family-type Sunday brunch. She became the afternoon's hilarity, however, for when her mother-in-law called to tell her she was bringing the bagels, Cleo set 2 extra places. Did you make that up? Did you make this one up? She came to pick up her children and stood in the schoolyard waiting for the lunch hour bell.
All right, that's enough.
She was 20 minutes early and was so grateful for the solitude. She sat on the bench and looked in the schoolroom windows. She hadn't even noticed that the old derelict had sat down next to her.
Give me that book.
She tried to remember that once she had sat in schoolrooms like those, simple rooms, simple times, the derelict had begun to sing and to sway. And Cleo decided to stay there in her own quiet circle of reflection.
Okay, that's enough.
And in a minute, she discovered that she was singing and swaying along with the derelict and was smiling and happy and young.
Okay, Rory, I want you to knock this off.
They finished the song together, and Cleo turned to the derelict and smiled. And he smiled back. She felt so warm and tender in the moment. And then the derelict leaned forward and said, I suppose a roll in the hay would be out of the question. I will never tell you another thing as long as I live. Oh, wait, there's more.
I want that book.
Ladies! Ladies! Look what I'm calling ladies! My God, it's like mud wrestlers!
Thank you, Rory. I feel like running out there and throwing myself in the ocean.
It's been done.
What I did was to show the world what a remarkable person you are.
What you did is make me ridiculous. I'm not too stupid to see that.
I did not.
Are you trying to tell me that what you did to me isn't vicious?
Yes, I never made anyone here look ridiculous, and I was never vicious.
You want me to show you more?
Oh,
Ridiculous,
please,
you make me
please! It is so violent around here! Like the South Bronx.
Those characters are very exaggerated, very distorted, very heightened.
They're very betrayed by their very good friend is what they are. Oh my God, how can we stop this book?
Wait a minute. Those waivers there. What happens if we don't sign them?
Well, I'm signing mine right here and now.
If you don't all sign, the book won't come out.
If she fakes my signature, I want everyone here to witness I never signed. Never, never signed. Never, never, never.
And there is no way this so-called book is ever coming out.
It seems to me you would both be excited just to be in a book. I mean, how many people before ever put you in a book?
Listen, she comes off like a saint. You were so good and holy in the book, nobody knew it was you.
Well, you want to talk holy? What about Kitty there?
I never would have known that Lionel was you either. I found him a fabulous person.
Oh, thank you. Unbelievable. Why are we even talking about it? This book is not coming out, right?
Lionel is a fabulous person. Cleo is a fabulous person. The book is about fabulous people. Finish it.
Cleo is the living link to the apes!
I promise you, if we do not stop it, this book will someday take its proper place in history, right next to the sneak attack on Pearl Harbor.
Nobody understands.
I understand. I understand, Ellen, how the letters fit together and make words, and words make sentences. I can even figure out what those sentences mean. And I hate it. And I hate that I'm in it. Most of all, I hate that you view me as a cretin.
Is a cretin worse than a horse's ass?
Thank God I can stop.
Pardon me, but before I heard you say how accurate it was.
Feh.
I'm now going upstairs to check on the loony bag. My only regret is if they ever do the movie, Spencer Tracy is not alive to play me.
You want to know what your rotten book is? What it honest to God is. It's everything I ever feared anybody ever thought of me. Please, I know what I'm like. I've even been unfortunate enough to have to see it. One night after one of those premieres, well, you know how they show those things on TV later. There I was, with all the elite chewing gum. I was the only person out of all of them wearing glasses, and guess who had this big button undone and the different colored brassiere strap hanging out? Maybe that's why I can't get a sign. That sign that he cares. Why should he care? You want to know why your book hurts so much? Because it's right.
Lori, I never meant to hurt you.
Well, I guarantee you one thing. I swear my pig-headed, impossible husband's probably the only performer in the world who, wherever he wakes up, whatever city, whatever country, he's got his kids and he's got his wife right there. And when that infuriating, immature, spoiled brat of a husband and I fight, it's right in the center of the living room, with the kids, the friends, the gas man, anybody's welcome to hear. Oh, when there's not a Sunday morning in that conceited slob's life that he doesn't wake up to his whole family in bed with him, laughing and jumping and loving that stupid jerk.
Lori, I thought that's what I wrote. You are a fabulous human being.
I know I'm a fabulous human being. You made me a half-wit in your book.
At least you don't fall apart at success. At least you don't have a wife who sits smiling in some cab because you fell apart.
Arnold, Lionel took over to show that all by himself he's important. But he didn't believe it. That's why he fell apart. She's smiling in the cab because even if he doesn't believe in himself, he has a wife who believes in him.
Were you planning to add thousands of footnotes to explain all these things?
It's all there, Arnold. Read it. It's about half the world.
When your own husband, who is to me a saint of a man, finished it and moved out, did that not tell you anything at all?
Florrie, that's very painful to me.
Oh,
I don't want to discuss John.
oh,
It's a little late not to discuss John. Chapters 6, 7, and 8 tell you more than you ever want to know. I'd move out on 6 alone.
That character is not John. That character is a symbol for all the successful people in the world who do not appreciate the ones who help make them successful.
is Cleo a symbol for all the outpatients in the world?
Ah, I just got it. Now I know why we saw John at the Beverly Hills Hotel last night. He's living there.
No to you, yes to you.
Well, he probably moved out because he thought he was Cleo.
I hope he's happy with the way his bed is made.
Will you two... Will you just tell me something? Will you please just tell me something? Because I think I'm going crazy. I mean, didn't either of you see that you don't have to go on living your life in somebody else's shadow? I mean, didn't you see that you don't have to stand behind anybody ever again? You can stand right next to them. Oh, you didn't get it.
Wait a minute. I didn't get it. Who do you think she's talking to here? I'm not your dumb one who didn't get it. I get it. You're the one who doesn't get it. You don't get that. You just lost your husband, just lost your friends. When that lunatic upstairs finds out what you did to her, you'll probably lose your life.
I suggest you hide anything sharp.
I suggest you just hide.
All I hope is that those 2 sex scenes of hers are made up. Oh my God.
I don't know what I did in my life that God protected me from telling you more.
I guess I cannot climb inside your head, so I don't know how I can make you understand. It is so frustrating.
Now, you want to know what's frustrating? It's to hear that poop when we all know that the only reason you wrote this trash was to make a bundle.
Listen, I can hear what you must have said to yourself. If I can help them by listening to their secrets, their fears, their woes, wonderful. And if I can make $1 million doing it, then I can be happy too.
Wait a minute, you two. I can understand that you're surprised. I can even understand that you might be confused. But I can never, ever understand it if you actually believe I did this for money.
Perish the thought.
No, I thought you did it to save the world and all mankind.
And think how much more you'll make than Judas.
She's been bawling her eyes out, and we've had a very nice chat. She's on her way down, and I thought you'd want to know. And Ellen, she has a lot she wants to say to you.
Ellen? 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 Ellen?
Sally?
Have any of you read it?
Most of it.
I have never been so upset.
It has that effect.
I haven't cried this much since the Thornbirds.
The Thornbirds.
I wailed.
See, she liked it.
You liked it? Oh, that's wonderful.
She liked it a lot. Sally will sign your waiver.
Oh, where? Oh, I'll sign anything. Where?
Bottom line.
Oh, it is a privilege just to touch your hand. Oh, an honor. Oh, Arnold, I knew you were still here. Even upstairs, I could feel your pain. Oh, you were Lionel. I know you so much better now. And Lori was Cleo. Oh, all those wonderful contradictions.
And she got me like that.
Oh, yes, May. Oh, Ellen, that was genius, that's what it was. I mean, it was so clear that she was the writer's father. All I kept thinking was, if they ever do a movie, what a shame Spencer Tracy's dead.
So you understand, it's just bits and pieces. It's a composite. It's not an expose or anything.
It's closer to a documentary.
Oh, it's the invention that I marvel at. I mean, to bring them all to my house. What? Oh, well, I suppose you made me the lead so that you could see them all through fresh eyes.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who did you think you were?
Well, Kitty, of course.
Kitty.
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 Kitty, right. I thought you'd be as fascinated as I was by Sally's understanding of the book.
Oh, and it is worth the whole book just to get to the last chapter.
Oh, they haven't all finished the last chapter yet.
Oh. Then I guess I shouldn't say anything,
No.
right? But that's the whole book right there. You'll die.
Oh, I bet.
I read the last chapter twice, but then I took Evelyn Wood. Well, you see, all the famous people are invited to a testimonial without their partners. And I mean Kitty, invites all the partners over, and we have a testimonial of our own, where we tell everything about ourselves and what we think of our husbands and wives, and the humor stops, and you get to know exactly who they are and what they are. Oh, look, goosebumps. Oh, Ellen, oh, it was so moving. No, it was more than that. It was profound.
And say what you told me about Dee Dee.
Oh, yes. Well, I thought Ellen was much too hard on herself there. But you know what I did love? Oh, I loved the jumping into the fountain at Lincoln Center. That sounds like something I would do. Oh, and I admire your revealing, under the facade of healthy Ellen, just how screwed up you really are. I've been there. I can identify.
Sally, I just want you to know how happy I am that you're all right. But you have to know that the incident and you were all over the news all afternoon.
What did they say?
Well, it's just there were so many newsmen covering the fire. They picked up on it.
What
You know,
did they
just as
say?
you are. They said you reacted to the news of the baby by trying to commit suicide.
Oh, thank God. I thought they were going to say I was just drunk and stoned.
Well, but Sally, it might have been better if they had. I mean, they completely misunderstood.
Ellen, suicide has so much more dignity than plain drunk. Imagine being so stupefying drunk that you trip and fall in the ocean and are too stoned to find your way out.
You telling us that was not a suicide attempt?
Arnold, I never go anywhere unless I've studied the travel folders. Oh, Arnold, sweet Arnold, let this secret bind us all together. It's very important to me. Actually, there's another reason. You see, I had this idea before I read Ellen's book, but I know none of you will believe that now. I want to write a book of my own autobiography. Oh, and a thing like a suicide could make you a bestseller before you even write it. Ooh, what I wouldn't give for a picture of me being dragged out of the ocean for the cover. But you know what we could do? We could go back there one day and fake it. That would be an event. I learned that in politics. When you make the news for an event, everybody wants to know everything about you.
Incredible.
Isn't it?
Arnold, shush.
Don't shush me, it's incredible.
I just know you would not have refused to sign those waivers or have been this upset if you could just see the point I was trying to make. It's an important, an enormous point the whole world needs to know.
Who wouldn't sign? And why would any of you be upset when all of you in the book are exactly the way you are in life?
The way you are in life, baby.
Sorry, Arnold.
Look, I know Ellen is hard on these people because she shows how they work for someone else and never really know the value they have themselves.
This is what I've been hearing about upstairs.
You see, before I read the book, I thought none of you had any value either. But now I know that you're not as unimportant as you seem.
You are as crazy in life as you are in the book.
Arnold, please, I will handle this, just not right now.
Oh, no. This is your game, and you are cheating. You are Dee Dee. You are the one who has and who is the loosest screw in the book.
Arnold. How funny you're saying that. She's just You are the most dangerous, evil, cruel monster!
Now, quiet. Let's all calm down so we can plan how to kill
What have you
ourselves.
done to me?
I promise you, it will never happen again.
Again? I trusted you!
What I am is sorry. So sorry.
What I am is sorry too.
Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Sorry, You'll never write another book again, do you understand, you bitch? I will take your fingers one by one and I'll break them!
I don't know. I don't know how what was so good up here got so misunderstood in there. But it did. And I'm stunned. I mean, I never meant to say any of you people were foolish or ridiculous. What I was trying to say was that these people are the backbone of the world, but you never hear about them. But there they are, supporting half the world. I mean, whoever stops to think that half the world is nurturing and caring and giving so that the other half can make it big. But people get it. Other people get it. If only you could have heard the people who bought the English rights and the French rights and the German rights. I mean, if you just stop to think that there's the other half out there making the money, getting praise, being admired. But whoever admires what we do. So this book is about us. Not you, but us. All of us. And you know what I learned writing this book? I mean, the point of the whole thing, the point that I can't stand you're not getting. You're not just my friends, people I love, people I find so valuable. You're heroes. God damn it, you're heroes.
English rights? The French rights? The German rights?
What are you talking about with the rights?
What? Oh. The subsidiary rights.
You're kidding already?
Before it even comes out, you've already sold the foreign rights?
Yes. It's the Scandinavian and South American and the Far Eastern. I can't remember them all. And the paperback rights have set a new record.
So if you set a new record, then this book is a hit before it even comes out?
I'm only quoting my publisher, but he says it's a gigantic hit. And it starts next week as a Book of the Month alternate.
You've gotta be kidding.
Oh, I'm so sad. It's just an alternate.
I'm real impressed.
How can you not be impressed? It's awesome.
So you see, you would have been the famous ones. I have to go on these book tours and TV talk shows all over the country, all over the world, just talking about you.
Would you like a picture of me dressed as the writer's father?
Maybe I should get my hair cut if you're going to want pictures, because something like this could be unbeatable publicity for my book.
Yeah, I'd love pictures. I mean, if you don't mind.
Oh, mind. Something like this could get me on some of those panel things and game shows.
Would you want any of us to appear on those talk shows with you to say, like, I'm Lionel in the book?
Yeah, I'd be thrilled. I'd be honored.
Well, I'll think of some more crazy things. And my diet starts this second.
I may pass on the talk shows. Would it be crazy if I signed autographs in bookstores?
Oh, May, that is so sweet of you to think of that.
I wonder why you didn't think of it. You seem to have thought of everything else.
Florrie. Oh, Florrie. I wonder how they're ever gonna find anyone to play you in the movie.
A movie?
I'm fainting.
Oh yes, didn't I say that at first? That's the thrilling part. The movie sold straight from the galleys.
What kind of actors are gonna play us?
Big actors. Big actors.
My husband will kill himself.
Who's gonna play me? Should I get an agent?
Oh, then he'll be referred to as my husband.
Oh, who do you want?
Oh, see if I can play myself.
It's more than thrilling. It's a fantasy almost. They'll probably follow it up with Gone with the May, May of Arabia, May and the Seven Dwarfs.
You'll be celebrated everywhere forever. It's
Ellen, he is going to be so jealous and so guilty when he finds out that I'm in one book and writing another.
Excuse me, Sally. I mean, this is none of my business, but I sure to hell hope you come off of that real soon. Why don't you call up that poor slob and let him go? Not only for his sake, but for yours. Yeah. Oh, God. I hope we're not getting evacuated. Wait a minute. John. 3 rings. It's John. But stand by just in case we're getting evacuated.
What should we do? Go stand in the ocean?
They talk about New York when people in Los Angeles are living lives of terror.
Should we try to save anything?
Yes, ourselves.
I think the only reason so many people live in Los Angeles is because it's so hard to find an apartment in New York.
Ellen is right. Absolutely right. Absolutely. Oh, I hope this phone is working. Oh, it's working. I have been punishing myself to punish him, and that's the end of it. Oh, what I wouldn't give for my Prozac right now. Congressman Stern, please. Mrs. Stern. This is guaranteed not to get through to him. Oh, George. George, yes, I heard your news, and I just wanted you to know that it doesn't matter. No, George, it doesn't matter. No, George, I'm not just being nice. You know that's something I've never seen. I just want to say this. Why don't you file for divorce and give me whatever you think is fair? Oh, that's more than fair, George. leave her in a meeting. Why don't you go back? And thank you for taking this call. Oh, and George, don't feel any guilt. No, George, please. Don't feel guilty. George, please don't feel guilty. I forgot. He lives on guilt.
Rory!
I called him. Is that all there is after all this time? Oh, he was fair. I mean, everything. That's fair.
Oh, Florrie, it was for you.
It's what?
At the door was your husband. It was John.
What is it? What's wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. He heard about the fire. He couldn't get through on the phone, so he just shut down the set and came out to pick you up.
Where is he?
Is he crazy? Where is he? He was very excited. He said he wanted to get some close-up pictures of the fire. I told him to come back, ring the bell 3 times, and he wants to get you.
You see? He's like a little kid. Taking pictures. Oh, God, what a scare.
But he has to get right back, so he wants you to be ready to go.
Is he a pistol? Well, it's a sign. It's a pathetic sign, but it's a sign.
My God, I forgot all about Miss Grimble's cheesecake.
Hey,
What is happening here? What is going on?
moving here.
Oh my God, it's moving! The whole beach is moving! What is this? Oh my God! What is going on? Is it be killed? Is it collapsing? Oh no! Ah.
Cheesecake's right here if anybody's interested.
Cheesecake? What the hell was that?
Oh, just a tremor.
A tremor. That was an earthquake. Oh, we're lucky to be alive. Oh,
I think I peed my pants.
You know, I never mind them. We just think of that as everything settling into its proper place.
Oh, let me write that down.
why does everything have to happen to me?
I wish to hell I hadn't given away all my Valium.
No, that wasn't even a big one.
The entire house almost came down!
That wasn't even a big one. That was...
Oh no, not again! Oh, not again! No! What are you doing? What are you doing? Get off of me! No! Get off of me! It's choking me! Oh, God! Oh! Let me go! Let me go!
That was a medium big one.
You're so helpless. Where do you go?
Well, you're supposed to stand in the doorway.
Oh, you go stand under a doorway and the entire ceiling will fall down to your head. Not to mention the door.
I especially don't want to die now. Not until after I write my book.
That wasn't even an earthquake. That was an aftershock.
Oh, is that all it was?
All I want is 10 minutes for my husband to see me famous, and then I will gladly die.
Oh, how different is it than the subway going underneath you at 59th and Lexington?
Helen, you're losing your marbles. One is a natural event, and the other is a catastrophe.
Oh, and which is which?
If only the tidal wave could just hold off till tomorrow.
May, there isn't going to be any tidal wave.
From your mouth to God's ear.
May, stay with us tonight. It's much better. There's no water. We got all these trees around. So I pretend it's Connecticut.
No. May is staying here tonight. Everything's back to normal.
Back to normal? When has anything around here ever been normal? I have been held up at knife point in New York City, and I find that silly compared to this. I gotta get out of here.
Oh, Sally, don't go now. The traffic is going to be moving so slowly.
Oh, as long as it's moving.
Now it is not working again. I don't even know why you bother having a phone. I've got to reach my wife. She's going to be hysterical.
Oh, they'll be very fine, very fast.
Well, I won't. Flory, you don't have to pay me the money you owe me for the backgammon if you let me ride home with you.
Well, of course, Arnold, of course. Wasn't going to pay you anyway.
Arnold! You know I have a rented car. You would ride home with me.
Oh, I'd give anything if I could ride home with you. Anything. But I have decided to give up smoking and you'd get me hooked like that. Goodbye, Ellen.
Bye.
Flory, I'll see you outside. Goodbye, ladies.
Bye.
After spending the day with the four of you, I wonder why women are fighting for equal rights. It would be such a step down.
Oh, goodbye, Florrie. Bye, Ellen.
Bye.
Goodbye, May. Thanks for the drugs. You know, I really hate driving out here alone. More drivers give me the finger than you would see in a window display of wedding rings. Well, ta-ta!
Bye.
Oh, Ellen, I'm so impressed you wrote a book. I'm real impressed with me to be in it. You know what else impresses me? You pulled this off. You brat. Here I go, Pavlov's dog.
There's your husband, Florrie.
Yeah, that's the gentleman. It's a wonder he didn't just toot the horn. Wait till I drop on him. We got a new celebrity in the family.
You were always a celebrity in that family, and don't you ever forget it.
Next time I see you, I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't leave your John out of your sight, ever. I'll tell you right now. Who wouldn't want him?
You are so wonderful.
Yeah, well, if you put me in your next book, bring my IQ up to 70.
Bye. New Yorkers are so funny. They think because New York is busy and interesting and exciting, that they're busy and interesting and exciting. They get out here, they're frightened that they're not, and they blame us. Oh, I didn't mean you, May.
Oh, I know. You meant a composite. Did you write the same thing in all of ours?
Yes.
Life is a battlefield which has its heroes. The obscure heroes, sometimes greater than the illustrious heroes.
That's paraphrased Victor Hugo.
Do you suppose Mrs. Hugo helped him with that? You know what I want? I want you to write above to May, the writer's father.
Oh, May. Oh, that's probably Florrie. She may have forgotten
Oh,
something.
sit down. I'll get it. You write.
Looking at the back, the building across the street the same way. The whole wall came in underneath.
How about other buildings around? Other people came out?
Most of the buildings look fairly safe, but some of them have structural damage to the bottom of the building. Mostly windows and screen doors popped out. But
Did this fire start right after the earthquake?
about 15 minutes after the earthquake, this started, and they've been on this for about 2 hours. But they have a water main broken down there that's shooting about 100 feet in the sky. So it's got to be affecting their efforts here. So,
How about your
Oh,
here?
what was it?
Oh, it was very good news. The fire's out and both sides of the road are open.
Oh, that is good news.
I bet John will hear the news, get real worried and drive out here to see that you're all right.
No, I'm sure he won't.
I'll bet you dinner in New York.
You're on.
Ellen, what's John supposed to say to people who think he's the husband in the book?
May, anyone who knows John will know he is not the husband in the book.
Absolutely. Now you make sure he understands that.
May, can I tell you something personal?
No.
John's only been gone 24 hours, and I miss him more than I missed anybody in my whole life.
You're going to owe me that dinner in New York. And I'm going inside. I've got a surprise for you, for your book, your first award.
May? 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 I don't want an award. I just want to deserve an award. The only award I want right now